Imagine it, an endless plain, the dry air of the 13th century, and the sound of thousands of hooves pounding the earth. It's the roar of the Mongol Empire at its peak. An ocean of riders moving as a single living beast. Now imagine that in the middle of that sea of leather, steel, and dust, 33 soldiers from the future appear. Without explanation, without reinforcements, without return. Their weapons are lethal. Their training impeccable. They carry automatic rifles with thermal optics, secure communications, drones. They are the living embodiment of 1,000 years of military evolution condensed into a few bodies. And before them, the horde of Genghis Khan. Thousands of warriors hardened by hunger, cold, and war. Men who crossed continents with the same instinct with which you breathe. The question is simple, but devastating. Could 33 modern soldiers save the Mongol Empire? Or would time, as always, end up devouring everything? The Mongol Empire was not an army, it was a storm. From the frozen steppes of Mongolia arose a force that swept across Eurasia with an efficiency no empire had ever imagined. Genghis Khan unified nomadic tribes, tamed chaos, and turned it into strategy. Each rider carried twice as many horses, allowing for endless relays. The Mongol composite bow could fire arrows capable of piercing armor from over 200 meters away. Their messengers could cover more than 500 kilometers in a single day. It was a civilization built on speed, discipline, and fear. When their scouts spotted a walled city, they didn't see walls, they saw targets. War was a science, and Genghis Khan its architect. But even an empire born of the wind eventually faces its own frontier, time. No one knows how they arrived. There is no flash, no machine, no explanation. They simply appear in the middle of the Mongol camp under an immense sky. 33 modern soldiers, camouflaged uniforms, tactical visors, bulletproof vests. Each carries an assault rifle with enough ammunition for a short war, grenades, combat knives, and sealed communications. But time has silenced all signals. No satellites, no GPS, no command answering. They are alone, and at dawn before them, the greatest army that the medieval world has ever seen. The Mongols do not attack immediately. They watch. They try to understand whether these men are enemies, spirits, or divine emissaries. One of the soldiers raises his weapon toward the sky. The explosion of the shot cuts through the air. The horses rear up. The thunder of the future has just shattered the silence of the 13th century. The first Mongol charge comes like a wave. Thousands of riders shouting, raising dust, firing arrows that darken the sun. The modern soldiers take defensive positions. Their automatic weapons spit fire. The first Mongol lines fall before reaching 100 meters. The sound of gunfire is unlike anything ever heard before. A mechanical, cold, impersonal storm. Fear spreads among the horses. Some flee, others charge uncontrollably. But power has limits. The modern soldiers count their bullets, knowing that each cartridge is 1 second less of life. During the first minutes, the battle is not a battle, it is a massacre. Dozens of riders fall with each burst. The ground turns red. The air smells of gunpowder, blood, and ancient dust. And then the Mongols adapt. They retreat, scatter, surround. They have faced elephants, catapults, crusaders. They know how to wait, they know how to observe, and they know that every enemy's strength always hides a weakness. The modern fire ceases at times. The smoke clears. The soldiers look toward the horizon. Thousands of figures begin to reform, farther, wider. They no longer attack head-on. Now they hunt them like prey. Hours pass. The sun descends over a plain that no longer smells of grass. The modern soldiers have created a defensive perimeter with what little they have. They place sensors, guard their ammunition, use drones until the batteries die. The enemy watches from afar. The Mongols know that time is their greatest ally. They don't need to win today. They just need the moderns to bleed slowly. The nights are cold. The wind cuts the skin. The soldiers sleep little, eat less. The Mongols encircle the perimeter. They howl through the nights, mimic the sound of wind, of wolves, of the dead. They erode morale, wear down the soul. With each sunrise, the modern soldiers lose more than ammunition. They lose the sense of control. And they begin to understand that the enemy is not just the multitude of riders before them, but time itself, relentless, untamable. By the fifth day, the Mongols attack again. Thousands of archers surround the camp in a perfect circle. Fire, smoke, chaos. The bullets are gone. The weapons fall. Then begins the hand-to-hand combat. Knives against swords. Modern steel plates against hand-forged blades. Each strike sounds like an echo of time splitting apart. The soldiers fight with silent fury. Their training keeps them alive, but their bodies no longer respond the same. Fatigue, hunger, cold. The human machine rusts when there is no supply line. One after another, they fall, not from lack of courage, but from an excess of reality. The last group manages to retreat to a hill. From there, they watch the red horizon, the sea of riders still moving. They know there will be no rescue. They know their story will die with them. One raises his empty weapon, points to the sky, fires one last round. Only the dry click of emptiness is heard. The future goes dark. Technological power is not eternal. It is circumstantial, an extension of human will that depends on its time, its environment, its resources. Without them, even the most modern army returns to dust. Perhaps that is the final lesson, that no power, no matter how advanced it seems, can defy time. Steel rusts, ammunition runs out, strategies change, and history continues, indifferent, marching over the remains of all greatness. 33 men against an empire. They did not win, nor were they defeated. They only proved that the future, even when it arrives ahead of its time, cannot always save the past. And in the final echo of the steppe, when the last shot fades and the horses gallop again under the wind, one question lingers in the sand. Were we ever truly more powerful, or did we simply learn to fall with more style?